Alright, Mouse P.I. speedruns have gotten pretty crazy, as you can probably tell from the title. Speedrun's under 15 minutes now, and I'm here to show you the PB that I just got at a 1444 and how we do it just a week after release. Anyways, we're going to click New Game, choose the easiest difficulty, because it is a speedrun and we want to go as fast as possible. And if you're someone that doesn't really like glitches or big tricks and runs, this one's not for you. Hopefully a restricted category will pop up, but yeah, this one's pretty busted, so we're just waiting to get off the elevator here in the tutorial, and we're going to start doing these little dashes. You can see our stamina bar at the bottom. Dash into a big jump across this, just carrying momentum across. You're going to see this level twice, actually. Fun fact, so we're just going to kill this guy 3 shots, easy peasy. Into the elevator we go. A lot of fun movement in this one, a lot of cool aesthetics. So we're going to make a save. This is a really important save. We'll be using this later for a wrong warp. And now we're going to do our first out of bounds by jumping on top of the chandelier. We're going to drop down to 20 frames per second. Just to make this a little bit easier. This is probably the hardest jump in the entire run in terms of tricks. We also have enemies shooting in the back. So we get up on top, jump up here on this other collision. Missed it, that's fine. Do it again real quick. And up to the skylight we go. So do it 20 FPS so that we can do these dash jumps and get a lot of height. Lower FPS works a lot better because it lets you jump further. Probably something to do with a friction variable not getting applied as much. But yeah, we're just going to do all those out of bounds, drop down, and hit a trigger to void out and respawn on the map. From here we can jump back up to a higher frame rate, doesn't really matter. These locks are always the same, so we know the solution. Pretty simple, a little Amogus minigame. We got a little fight, pick up some more pistol ammo right there. Skip a cutscene. And we have 6 enemies to take out, 3 waves of 2, 3 shots each. Dash over here, take these guys out. Pistol unfortunately has a very wide spread and I can't dash properly. Take them out and we are done with the first level. So don't worry, you'll be seeing it again very, very soon. So this is the final level as well, but we need to actually trigger a quest line so that when we come back here, it actually acts as the final chapter. So 2 more cutscene skips just to get past the opening of the game. And we're going to ignore Wanda there and just immediately go out of bounds once again by jumping on this stuff, getting into this building early, climbing up the staircase in a very unintentional manner, getting up here. And from here we can simply walk through this wall. We're going to go down to 20 FPS, and once again for those dash skips so we can get a much bigger boost. Now we're going to boost across this big gap, do a little blind movement, look for this door, jump back in the map. And now I could switch back to a higher frame rate, but we need to be at 20 FPS later on anyways, so we just got to suck it up and deal with a little bit of low frame rate gameplay. We need to talk to Betty. This is going to flip the trigger that says that the final map should be the final map now for whatever reason. Jump back down and we can get to our car. This will let us go back to the office. So now the big run-breaking skip. Essentially a wrong warp. We're going to make a save here in the office, and we're going to close the game, quit out the menu, and while we're doing this, we're going to mash interact to make another save here. Make a save on the menu, hitting continue brings us back to the menu. We're going to change our FPS back. Now when we load in the very first save we made, the one that I said was very important, back to the first level. So we did all of that. It's going to act like we're in the level, as we should be, but it's now the final level. So we get the shotgun right here, do a little combat to get past the elevator. Small attack you can do when you pick up weapons for the first time. Instead of getting the animation, if you just swap weapons, you skip that entirely, which is pretty nice. So it's going to look pretty much identical to the very first time we were here. We're going to do another dash jump across this. Importantly, we do not have movement or things we should have gotten throughout the game, like double jump or the tail whip. It makes what's coming up very difficult. This time we don't need a save, but we are going to pick up the machine gun, so we'll get a blueprint so we can upgrade it in just a moment. Take out these enemies so they don't shoot me in the back as I go for the skip yet again. Drop down to 20 frames into the chandelier jump. You can do this at higher frames, but 20 FPS makes it a little bit more consistent. Up to the skylight. Big out of bounds once again.
What was that?
forward back in. So now we're gonna have a different fight than what we had before with the 6 enemies, but this time we also have the machine gun, so it makes it a little bit faster. Pick up a couple things of ammo. Now we need to take out 4 of these flying enemies, and then a whole bunch of enemies will come flying out the door to our side, so we're gonna throw an explosive barrel towards them. It's gonna set off another explosive barrel, lighting the area on fire, and try to take them out as much as possibly can. Shoot the 2 remaining flyers, and this guy spawns really late. But with that done, we get to break this again, and it doesn't end the level like the first time we were here. We're going into a plane segment, which becomes the most difficult part of this run, because we don't have, like I mentioned, the double jump, the grapple hook, the tail whip, any of that. So we're going to have to do these low 20 FPS dash skips across the planes here. Just hang out with our girl Tammy. Not much we can do in this area. Doing this post-commentary over a speedrun is something I've been wanting to do for a while, so let me know if you like it and I can do it in the future as well. A little bit cleaner of an overlay. I don't want to take out these bombs, but just shoot them anyways. Get our health back, and we're going to line up. So when the plane goes overhead, we're going to drop back. This puts us in the perfect lineup to land on this plane. I'm going to drop down to 20 FPS, because these planes are really far apart. I'm going to do a big dash skip. I'm going to get rid of these 3 enemies, just because they're going to be in the way. Enemies do have collision, as you may expect. Another big dash skip here. And the flying enemies can actually push you around, so I tend to take them out if I can. The only one required on this part to take out is this sniper right there. He's going to dash away. And just jump down here, nothing fancy. Now we're into the second half of the plane segment, which gets a little bit easier. But we do have to make sure we get across this one. The trigger for loading the next segment of planes is a little hard to hit, but staying up here with the dash jump gets multi spawning. So there's a lot more planes a little bit closer together. We don't have to do dash skips here. Just jump across. Can take out more flying enemies. That's why I don't want them to push me off. We need a dash skip here. One more segment to go. Let me kill required, but one more dash skip, so if an enemy is on me, I don't want them to be there. Just double checking. Land on the plane, we are safe to go. Turn our FPS back up. And yeah, the other half of the run, now we're halfway through, is essentially just the final boss. We're already there. If you haven't played this game, it's simply amazing. I'm doing this in under 15 minutes, but my casual playthrough took me 16 hours. Highly recommend taking your time and having fun with it. It's a very cheesy game, but very lovable if you like boomer shooters. Flying segment over. We just got to dash to the final boss room.
Too good politician. That guy's got stamina. I'll give him that.
Pick up a little bit of ammo. There's a round we have to do. Kick open the door, upgrade our Tommy gun once, more damage, and a bigger magazine increase. Just gonna help out on these little turrets at the beginning. So we have 4 turrets that we need to destroy. Each one takes basically a magazine's worth for the Tommy gun at this level. So I route this that when I break the 3rd one, there's a thing of Tommy gun ammo right in the corner I can jump and pick up. But I actually didn't do that this time around. Instead, I just went for it. Use the shotgun to finish it off. Get some armor, pick up the ammo. At this point, my heart was racing, so I was using this to calm down, figure out what kind of time I was going to get off this. The laser grid's pretty easy. Lasers themselves at this difficulty just do 5 damage essentially, so even if they hit you, it's not that big of a deal. Health is really only a concern at the very final part when you have all the minions chasing you, and you don't want to take them all out, so just avoiding the lasers. Crouch jump over this one. Crouch jump again. Not a lot going on here. So we just crouched, I take 5 damage instead of taking 10 from standing up and taking 2 lasers to the face. So I'm just taking a simple 5. Now things in this arena will actually respawn in terms of the supplies around the room, so the armor, the ammo, and that kind of stuff. So you'll see in just a little bit I'll be picking up some more supplies once they respawn. So it's not really a big concern running low on stuff. And once we get into the actual boss fights, you get infinite ammo anyways. With some more lasers. This segment is really long, that's why it's half of the run. If anybody wants to find a skip for this, we would gladly take it. So now we're past that part. We have 4 more of these turrets to take out, just like before. And once we take out so many, or it's on a timer, a sort of boss will spawn, but we don't need to deal with them. You can see the health bar pop up. So now I get the ammo here. Forgot what the 3rd turret was. They got number 4. The circle boss will just jump away, and now we're going back into more lasers. So we're getting some health, some armor. Just wanted to kick that barrel because that barrel knows what it did.
I got full spectrum, and they're gonna shine. Well, he's consistent, I'll give him that.
Yeah, once again, pretty easy just to avoid the lasers. Nothing crazy here.
BNP? More like DUNP.
Crouch jump through here, accidentally hit my head, but once again, it's 5 damage. It's not a big deal.
Destroys our culture. Boy, this got real old real fast.
Now we got floor lasers. Advance is getting a little crazy. Simple hops. Now we have floor lasers and ceiling lasers. Really putting that tech to good use.
Oh, just shut your damn mouth.
Now we have ceiling lasers and wall lasers that are coming at us. Just avoid them.
Stop moving, damn it. I like this way too much.
Now we're back to just ceiling lasers. Oh, it's a lovely segment of the game, isn't it? So this is pretty unavoidable. I'm just gonna crouch so we take, once again, simple 1 laser, 5 damage. In this part, actually, we will be hit by quite a few, but crouch just to take as minimal damage as possible. And I go and grab some armor as we're transitioning into the boss fights. And now I have 100 health, 100 armor, so I can just simply ignore the minions and go after the 2 bosses here. We do have to skip this little cutscene though. For some reason you get this flashbang at the start here. It's a little disorientating, but yeah. Anyway, just lay siege to the boss. You can see in the bottom right we have infinite ammo. The minions get in the way, we'll kill them, but try not to. They do drop cheese on occasion, which is like 30 health or something like that. This part, hearts are racing. I know what kind of time I can get. I just decided I'm just going for it. Health is low. We'll just gamble it away. Boss number 1 down, pretty easy. Finish off the rest. I have to wait just a little bit here for boss number 2. He's going to be up top. He won't jump down at all, which makes it a little bit harder to hit, and minions can definitely get in the way here. And a very funny thing happens at the very end of this boss fight that I've never seen before, and it is very scary, so I'll point it out when it happens. You can see I'm just jumping left to right to try to avoid the minions, but they are just constantly in the way. Snag some cheese somehow. His attacks will actually put like an AoE on the floor, which does a lot of damage, so health is just going down very, very quickly. This is a very scary moment. And even though he dies here and goes into his cutscene. One of the enemies actually survives this. You can see him right there on the right, trying to attack me. Skip this cutscene, which beats him up. I think I'm safe, but he starts attacking me. I'm worried I'm gonna die and lose the run after the boss fights, but once we save John and talk to him, that is the run over. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want something a little less broken, stay tuned. We'll definitely be working on a longer category, but there you go. There is Mouse P.I. for hire in under 15 minutes.